Ever since I was a little girl, I was writing my list of around the world destinations that I was going to go to someday. But I've always wanted to be a travel writer. I thought I had my break when I was working at a national travel magazine in New York, but I found myself reporting from the desk about places I had no business reporting about. I was writing articles about going to Africa on safari and seeing the Great Pyramids of Giza. I had never done either. And so I decided right then I was going to quit my job. I was going to actually do the things I was writing about and go around the world from January 1st, 2011 to January 1st, 2012. And I volunteered around the world, but a little bit in a unique way called work exchange. So work exchange is very unique. It's gaining more popularity. I'm very happy about that because it's a little different than volunteering. There's no money exchange. It's solely exchange of your work for food and lodging. So you're doing whatever job the host does. That can be anything from like what I did, which was black pearl diving in French Polynesia. I was teaching English to Tibetan Buddhist nuns in Nepal. I was working on an Aboriginal cattle station in Australia. Just the most amazing jobs, and it really gives you the most authentic experience that I've found traveling. If you're volunteering, it's also a great experience, but it's organized very well for you. You're a little bit more hands-off. If you're feeling a little tired, you've paid for the luxury of sleeping in a little bit. Work exchange, you really are paying by your work for your food and lodging, and it might not be food that is easily come by in an African tribe, so you really do make a difference by getting up every day on time and being an extra helping hand for these people. I had a very fortunate experience in Kenya. I was teaching school for some HIV and AIDS orphans. They were the most adorable children, and when I was there, I had the opportunity to meet President Obama's grandmother. And since I'm a U.S. citizen, I just had to get security clearance about a week before. I went to her village and had a conversation with Obama's granny. I just can't imagine ever having that experience otherwise. I also went to Cambodia and I taught some orphans piano. I also taught music to some Roma gypsy children, which was adorable. I've really changed as a person because I've realized, especially since I was doing all of this as solo travel, that I can do anything in the world. I can be plunked down in anywhere. I can find my way, and there's something so liberating about that. So I really have changed by not being as fearful of a person. It's very self-empowering. There are some challenges, though, with just picking up and going around the world, and I'll be very honest about that. I was working at a very sweet gig in New York at this magazine. I gave that up. I put all of my goods in storage. I had a relationship, and it's important to me. But also, so is this dream that I've had since I was a little girl. And I knew I would always regret it if I didn't do this. So I have no regrets. I did the year, it was amazing. But now since I have been back, I am changed a little bit. I've seen so much of the world now, and when I came back, everybody is exactly where I left them, which is wonderful. I'm glad, but now I need to find my spot in everybody's lives again. I really thought that I knew the world before I did last year's adventure. I'd done a bit of traveling before. It was to Central and South America, and like I said, when I was 10, I went to Europe with my family. But it was really so arm's distance. I was really taken care of. I didn't have to plan any of it myself. So now seeing the world and seeing the dirty aspects of the world as well as the most inspiring parts of the world, it's opened my eyes. It's made me so lucky, feel so lucky about how I'm living today. And I've also realized how people are the same no matter where you go in this world. It's so incredible to see that, and I know that it's said a lot, but it's so true that we really just want the same basic needs in life. We want love, shelter, food, water, companionship, community, and it's really incredible. I've really seen the world as just one lovely community. I am a new nomad now. I'm a travel writer indefinitely. I want to do freelance indefinitely. I can't predict the future, but I also cannot imagine going back to corporate life after my adventure last year.